All right, so we have major news today in the crypto market. So, if you've been watching my videos for the past couple days, you've seen that number one, I've talked about XRP and HBAR, and that I made a huge purchase in HBAR, $10,000. And as you can see on the screen, let me just scroll up a little bit here. HBAR is down 0.22%. So over 8% today. So that means 2 days ago I purchased $10,000, lost about $1,000 off of that purchase. But here's the thing, I keep telling people this. So I get messages all the time where people are like, oh, XRP went down. So XRP, let's just, go to this page right here, the front page. So XRP, as you see, is down 4.66%. It's down to $2.84. By the way, H bar I bought at $24 or 25 cents or 24 cents. It's down to 22 cents. XRP down to $2.84. And a lot of people bought over $3, and I got some comments and so forth that they're upset about this. The one thing that I have to tell you, if you go into my videos, there's specifically one video, I want to put it on the screen, that I did. It was in 2022. And I wish I knew the exact date, but if you look at like early 2022, I was telling people that I'm buying XRP when it goes under 30 cents, and it was at 31 cents. So what happens is now it's at $2.84, or if it's at $3, you'll be saying to yourself 2 years from now or 3 years from now, because that was 3 years ago, that I should have bought when it was $3, or I should have bought when it was $2.84. Because if it's at $10, if it's at $20, if it's at $50 3 years from now, you're not going to care that you lost 30 cents on each coin for short term. Now, if you're going to trade, that's a whole nother ball game. I don't do trading. I don't do short-term trading. It's stupid for me. It's not just for me. I think it's dumb, period, because you got to pay tax on that money. It's short-term gains. Whereas if you do long-term and you do, like, basically you either stake it or, they're going to have all sorts of programs in the future, then you're actually not going to sell it. You're actually going to make money off of your XRP. And so it's not going to matter. Same thing with Hedera. I mean, I bought this $10,000 purchase, but I was buying at 5 cents. So I made I don't even think it was a big purchase at 5 cents, but it was so cheap that maybe a couple $1,000s worth or whatever it was, ended up getting 25,000 coins or whatever it was at 5 cents. And, I probably should have spent 10,000 back then, but you know what? I didn't. So now I'm doing it now. I'm looking at Solana. It's down 7%, over 7%. Now I was buying Solana at $44. Same thing. I should have. You're always going to say, I should have bought more. I should have bought more. What I think is that all of these coins are going to be worth more in 2030 than they are today. So that's 5 years. So that's what I care about. I don't care about tomorrow. I actually, when I see red like this, I like seeing red. I want it to go down. I wish XRP would go down to 50 cents or $1 or $1.50. It's not going to happen, in my opinion. If it does, I'm backing up the trucks or whatever the saying is, and I'm buying everything. I already have cash on the sidelines to buy, and that's what I used that $10,000 for HBAR, because I thought things are going to go up. But in the short term, no. But a lot of people are wrong. It depends on the long term. So let's just take a look at this right here, this chart. Look at this huge dip at what was it, 2:15 a.m. And then it was like a dead cat bounce, like boom, and then whatever. Now maybe it'll go down further if it's an actual dead cat bounce, but that's in one day. But look at the weekly chart. Same thing, went up and now it's down. But if you look at the yearly chart, this is where, here I am back here purchasing, and I thought to myself, I don't know, 5 cents, this thing might go to zero. That's what I thought back then. And boy, was I wrong. You know, 300, I made 308% on back then. What I'm telling people is, there it is, 308%. I made even more on XRP because I was buying XRP at, I think 27 cents was the lowest that I purchased it at. So where's our XRP for the year? So I was way back. This is 24, so that's a year. So if we do, I don't want to do everything, but even if you were buying it at 50 cents, you know, you made 383%. Look at that in 1 year. I mean, the gains were astronomical, and I was in on that. I was in on the other stuff. So in one hand, I'm in on those gains, but I could have doubled up and spent double what I spent. But I was like, you never know. I don't know what I was thinking at 31 cents. It's going to go down. Could have went to zero. XRP was in a lawsuit, but my biggest issue, and this is what I'm saying to people that are watching, because I'm doing my short videos. People are watching. Some of them, you'll see. I talked about, the stupid red shirt that I'm wearing, and that every day I wear a black t-shirt like this. It cost me probably 50 cents a t-shirt. I buy them in bulk. But you know what? I'm not blowing my money on going out to stupid stuff. Here's a story that my friend was telling me this morning. And this is real life. So people that are watching this, and the XRP army and the H-bar army, whatever, you have to make a decision. And I've made this decision. I hope you are with me. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you are. But there was actually a girl, and you might know this story, this woman got a credit card, whatever, I think it was a credit card, $1,500 credit limit. She spent $1,000 on a Beyonce ticket. Now, this is the same person that's going to be pissed off at you when you're an XRP millionaire or you're an H-bar millionaire and you're riding on that boat laughing. We're looking at 2030. We are not looking at 2025. I do not care what these things do in the next 5 years. I'm looking at 2030. And a lot of you are a lot younger than me. And the one thing I can tell you is that if you're 25, 35, you have more time. Somebody who's 75 right now, most of them don't care about crypto because they don't think of the time. You might be 65 and you're like, 5 years, I want to retire off of this. You might be 35 years old. You got 10, 20 years to wait on this stuff. So you have to think in increments, like they talk about the billionaires, think in increments of decades. So let's talk about 2035, not 2025, the end of 2025. Yeah, I do videos on that because that's what people want to hear. They want to hear short term. It makes you feel good. But back when I was buying XRP at 30 cents, I wish I would have listened to myself and said, think about 2030. Don't think about 30 cents. Just keep buying like crazy. This thing is going to be $10, $50, $100 by 2025. That's what I should have thought in my head. Hey, it's going to be $3 by 2025. What do I care? 30 cents, 31 cents, 50 cents. None of that matters. I'm just stacking. So look, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you at the next video.